This might be the darkest, creepiest, and weirdly disturbing version of the Mummy we've ever had. And yeah, some parts of it you're not going to forget anytime soon. Hello, boys and girls, witches and vampires, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the nightmare. Hey guys, it's Jess, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Mummy, directed by Lee Cronin, who brought us, of course, Evil Dead Rise. So yeah, you already know this isn't going to be your typical dusty tomb adventure. This version leans way more into horror, possession, and just straight up disturbing moments. And of course, I have some thoughts. So the basic story is this. A family becomes caught up in something very ancient and evil. But instead of this being a classic tomb and treasure mummy film, it's more along the lines of a supernatural horror. With demonic possession and family trauma, creepy video recordings, and a child slowly becoming something absolutely terrifying. So yeah, this isn't Brendan Fraser running from sandstorms. This is much darker, much nastier, and a whole lot more uncomfortable. So what I liked about this film, it doesn't feel like your typical average mummy movie. It's not trying to copy older versions. It's doing its own thing, and I really respect that. The gore in this film, especially the last 20 to 30 minutes, was totally brutal. Like, properly uncomfortable in a great way. If you like horror a bit nasty, this delivers. There's this whole possession and transfer ritual, and the way they show it is through recordings. And that, to me, was actually really creative. It felt like a fresh way of explaining how a mummy could exist in a fresh new take and horror setting. And I've got to say, the actress playing Katie was incredible. The way she moved, the way she controlled her body when she was possessed, it was creepy as hell, but also seriously impressive. There are moments where she's crawling through some really tight spaces throughout the house, and the way she moves is just wrong in the best horror way possible. Here are some things I didn't like. Now, this is where the film starts to lose me a little bit. The biggest problem? No one reacts like a normal human being. The kid Katie is very clearly not okay. And somehow, the doctors, the nurses, the family don't properly clock just how messed up she actually is. And I don't mean, oh, she's traumatized. I mean, full-on possessed. Something is seriously wrong. And everyone's just like, yeah, she's fine. The dad in this film especially drove me insane. He's just sitting there in some of the most critical moments in the film, just staring into space, while his daughter is clearly becoming a demon. Like, dude, do something about your daughter and your family. What the heck? There's even a point where the father suggests that maybe they should put her in a facility because they're not really equipped to handle everything that's going on with Katie. And you're thinking, yeah, that's probably a good idea. But of course, the mom, she's not down with it at all and thinks that she's completely capable of taking care of her own daughter. Meanwhile, she's literally attacking everyone in the family. And this part of the film really annoyed me. Also, the dad goes on to talk to a college professor and he finds out some details and super important information to everything that's going on. And he keeps it to himself. He doesn't tell anyone. Why are we not communicating in a really messed up situation like this? And also, who lets their child wander off alone in a dangerous foreign country? Certainly not this mother. That just made no sense to me at all. Honestly, some of the decisions in this film, are you sitting there thinking, are you just trying to make things worse? Now, for a bit of trivia, this film is an attempt to bring some type of classic horror films back in a modern way, but in a much darker and horror-focused way. Lee Cronin was chosen after Evil Dead Rise for a few reasons, because of how he handles intense, contained horror and family-driven stories. There's also a cameo from the woman who plays the mother in Evil Dead Rise. She appears as Katie's school teacher in this film, suggesting that there may be a connection to the Evil Dead Rise universe. And the possession-style approach in this film is actually a pretty big shift from the classic ancient curse idea, making it feel more modern and grounded. You know what stayed with me after this film wasn't just the horror. It was the feeling that something was off the entire time, like nobody was really in control. And that's what this version of The Mummy does differently. It's not about an ancient monster chasing people through tombs. It's about something slowly taking over, quietly, patiently, until it's too late to stop it. And yeah, the characters made some frustrating choices. And maybe that's kind of the point. Because when something like that gets inside your life, inside your family, you don't always react the way you think you would. You hesitate. You doubt yourself. You tell yourself everything's fine, even when it clearly isn't. And by the time you realize the truth, it's already got you. This isn't the kind of film that gives you a big heroic ending. It just leaves you with that uncomfortable feeling. Like something's still there, watching, waiting. And honestly, that's the part I won't forget. So here's my final verdict on this film. I actually really enjoyed it, despite some of the things I had gripes about, because it tries to do something different. The horror works. The performances are incredibly strong. And some scenes are genuinely disturbing. But the character decisions, they will definitely frustrate you a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and score this film out of a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give it a solid 8. I would give it higher, but some of the family choices, the things they did, they just kind of irritated me. If it wasn't for that, though, I think this could be a solid 9 or 10. So thank you guys for watching today, my review on Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Did you guys love this film? Did the characters and some of the things they did kind of irritate you like they did to me? I'd really love to know. Please let me know down below in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. It's much appreciated. And until next time, remember, don't mess with Jess, and I'll see you in the shadows. Bye-bye.